Alright, time to open up the computer case. I'm gonna start right from the very basics. Taking off the panel. Pretty easy actually, I don't even really need this screwdriver, it just makes things a little faster. Move the big old screws off to the side here. Alright. Move the case, pull back once, and lift up, just like that. And there we go, we have a wondrous invention of man right in there, I have to say. But before I go digging in, I better put my ground strap on. If I don't do this, I'll probably fry something. It seems sometimes that static electricity likes me altogether too much. Hook it tightly onto the frame there. Alright, we should be good to go. Alright, so the first thing we're going to do is we are going to move the driver cables and the power cables. Make sure nothing's plugged into anything. All of this you want to do very gently. That didn't sound gentle, but I swear it was. See if I can zoom in a little bit on what I'm doing here, make it a little easier to see. Alright, going on here. No, that's not coming out just yet. Alright. Trouble. Take that SATA cord right out of there. You're not coming out. Okay then. Try somebody else. Come back when he feels like putting up less of a fight. Get those cables out of there. Sorry if my head blocks some of the light. Floppy disk drives I don't think ever were loved long enough to actually get a SATA type cable, so they seem to have the old type. Go back to you, yes, stubborn bugger. For whatever reason you don't want to come out. Do you have something on you? Connector. Is there a thing to hold to make you come out easier? I do not get it. Why do you not come out? Alright. Well, we'll come back to that. Over here we have the fans, 2 hookups. Well, maybe just 1 hookup. I think one of it is from the power supply. Gently take that out. I can tell that this computer has never been gotten into since it was built. Everything is still very stiff and in its place, which is probably a good thing. Okay, we're going to take the heatsink's power supply cord off, or hookup cord off. Okay, down here we have these 3. I'm going to remove. Their names escape me at the moment. Gently nudge them out and get them out of the way. Alright, next up, we'll remove this big guy from the board. As possible. Yeah, you just rest on top of this heatsink. Remove this ribbon from the motherboard. Okay, so that was the CD drive's ribbon. With a little ribbon here. Very gently take out. Touch the board. And that must have been the floppy drives. Ribbon. Alright, we're making great progress so far. Mr. Hard Drive here is really bothering me with this. There we go. I knew I'd get it out sooner or later if I just gave it time. I'll move the ribbons and the SATA cable off to the side so they're not in my way. Other cables that are from the front are just going to have to be tucked away in the front in the metal casing here. Alright, next up we are going to see about... we're going to remove the drives very carefully, so we don't, so as not to hurt the motherboard. Actually, no, sorry. We're not removing the drives. We're removing this expansion card. This one only has one little expansion card for internet. So take the screw out. I'll put it over here in a safe place. Very gently. Very gently. There's a box on it, so makes it a little easier to pull out, but very gently. I always say very gently, and that did not look very gentle. You just need to put this somewhere safe for the time being. Next up, now we're going to do the drives, because it doesn't look like, at least the hard drive, just to make sure there's nothing in the way when we pull this, the motherboard out. So most of these are fastened with 2 screws. Some different models will have different ways of putting them in there, but it's pretty much a case of those 2 screws and you should be able to move them. Oh, but am I going to have bad luck today? It looks like that this one might be attached from the other side. That'd be just my luck. Alright, well, won't let that stop us. I guess the next thing to do is to remove the motherboard. Very carefully. And I know I'm saying that a lot, but I'm trying to emphasize the fact that I'm being very careful. First off, we take each of the little screws out. Now, taking care not to touch the motherboard, each of these will be picked up by my little grabby friend here. He's got little claws to help him grab the little screws. Mind you, it only works if the screw is all the way undone. Just like that. What I'm going to do, that was just the first time for show, is I'm going to loosen all the screws and then I'll go in one by one and grab them all. Otherwise this will take all day. I seem to be having a problem with this one. Hopefully it's nothing too bad. Everybody else seems to be quite happy to come out quickly and easily. There you go. Suppose it can be hard to tell, with my lighting being the way it is, but I am taking these screws out and hoping that I'm doing this right. No, I know I'm doing this right. I'm good at following instructions. I wrote out ahead of time what I was going to do and in what order to make sure that everything went off without a hitch. Now what's left is a couple more little screws. That's one. And that is two. And there, minus this one screw up at the top, everybody should move. I can just get him out. Sounds like he might be a problem. Well, we'll continue this on the second half of the video.